Hey everybody, it's time to find out the thing that you know that I don't know yet, and that's the name of the game I'm going to be reviewing. Because you get to look at the title of the video, I don't get to see it until I'm done with it. Hacknet. Hack.net. I hope Sandra Bullock is in this one. Anyway, let's review Hacknet. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Infinite Regression. I'm going to try and speak quietly into this microphone because it is apparently much more sensitive than my normal microphone. You may hear some clicky clacking in the background. You may hear some echoes because we are in our temporary place while we are working on selling our house. And so I'm trying to record content for y'all while half of my stuff is here, half of it's back at our other house, which we trying to get ready to sell. You know, everything's kind of up in the air right now. And so, just appreciate that I'm still trying to do what I do. I mean, this is as much for me as anyone because I enjoy putting out content. This is my creative outlet. So anyway, without too much jibber jabber, let us get into our game for today. We are playing Hacknet, which is a cult favorite. It is a game that simulates hacking, especially back in the old days. If you are an old computer user from back in the DOS days and whatnot, this may appeal to you as it appeals to me. I have played this before now. I've actually put some time into it, but I have lost my old save game and I have lost all of my skills in this. So all the video footage that you're going to be seeing is from the tutorial. Apologies, there aren't really any spoilers in the tutorial, and because this is such a story-driven game, it's probably best for me to show the tutorial anyway. So yes, Hacknet was released in 2015, developed by Team Fractal Alligator, and published by Fellow Traveler. So yeah, and this is a beloved game. If you do not know this game, it is beloved. The entire thing is, here's how it goes. So you are a novice hacker getting involved in hacking, and there is this character that you are interacting with and whatnot. Only you're told in the beginning that they are dead. And so how are you communicating with them? How is it that they leave you all these clues and whatnot? Because there's a deeper mystery behind everything that's going on. And so, you know, if you basically want to be Neo from the Matrix before he wakes up, this is what that is. If you want a secret book full of data mini discs, which I don't have data mini discs. I have tons of audio ones, but not a single solitary database mini disc, because they were different for those of you who know or care. But you know that part where in the Matrix where the follow the white rabbit, and the weird guy shows up to Neo's apartment and buys that mini disc for a bundle of cash. A bundle of cash which Neo does not seem to care about at all. Anyway, so you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but that's you in Hacknet. That is what it is. You are hacking, you are accessing computers other than your own, you are breaking the law. And so you have to be good about, you know, deleting all traces of your access and whatnot. And the game gets much more complicated as it goes along. It teaches you a few commands And it's not DOS. I mean, obviously it can't be. Like, they would get sued. Microsoft would be like, hey, you can't just, release DOS as a game. So it is its own little text-based thing, which, by the way, for a text-based adventure, primarily text-based adventure, this game goes deep. And there is a vibrant community still around this game. There are people who have created all sorts of mods and hacks for the hacking game and whatnot. Like, it is a game that has spawned a lot of community interaction. And so if you get this game at any point, the Steam community for it is large and vibrant and active, which is always a good thing when you're getting into a game. So, and it also has a great soundtrack. Now, here's the thing about it. This is the sort of game where you are either into it or you are not. Either you can play a primarily text-based adventure that does have, their graphical things, but all those graphical things are giving you the feeling that you are a hacker in the days of computing past. And so while that is exceptionally effective, if you are not the sort of person who is going to be carried away by that sort of an atmosphere within the game, it will bother you eventually. So it's one of those, either you get it and love it, or you don't and you never will. And so you just kind of have to take it as it is. Because if you are not someone who loves old school computing, if you are not someone who loves, like, oh my god, the entire genre of computer hacking movies and such not, like, this lets you feel as if you are a character, like in a, basically you're Sandra Bullock in a much better version of the net. Because, like, all that old school hacking that people used to do in movies where they'd be like, hack the White House, and then you're like, I'm in. Hilarious, ridiculous, absurd, obscene, but it do be what it is. Anyway, so yeah, this is a game where, all you need is a keyboard and mouse. You can get some things done with clicking. There's a lot of typing, and there are commands that you have to remember, which I have a hard time remembering because I know what they are in DOS, but I don't remember what they are in Hacknet, because that it's a different environment entirely. And so you're going to see a lot of me typing help to get a list of the available commands and whatnot, just trying to get a sense for what I can do in the game. But yeah, ultimately it is a very satisfying experience. Like, this is a well-designed game, made with love, crafted by people who definitely go back a little bit into the history of computing, people who know what they're talking about and who appreciate, like, this is, Zork for hackers, basically. And if you can't dig on Zork, you will not enjoy this. Like, that, it's simple as that. Simple as it gets. But if you do, if you are the sort of person who is like, what? A supremely well-written text-based adventure that revolves around hacking and mystery and, all sorts of intrigue and whatnot, like, yeah, then this is absolutely 100% for you. There's not too much that I can say about it without, like, starting to give away story points, and I don't want to do that. And there's not too much that I can say without, like, I don't know. It's a game that must be experienced. It is an experience. And if you enjoy the experience, then if you are into this kind of a gaming experience, then you will love it. If you are not, then please be advised to steer clear. Anyway, and this is also a game which normally it sells for $9.99. I do believe you can get it on Steam sale for much, much less than that. And it is a very good game. Highly recommended for people of a certain age and of a certain disposition. It is really, a narrow band of people who are going to be into this, but the people who are into this are very, very much into this. So, yeah, if this sounds like the kind of thing that you would like, getting in, learning how to hack, it is not real hacking, but it's, a really good simulation of it. And if you want to be able to do that and feel like you're, a much better Sandra Bullock in the net, then this is you. This is for you. I wish I could think of other examples, but I just remember in high school, I was friends with a lot of hackers and computer nerds. I myself am fairly computer nerdy, but these people put me to shame. And we watched Sandra Bullock's The Net together and just ripped it apart. It is absurd in delightful ways. And so, yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, sorry to just keep hammering the same reference, but yeah, you can be Sandra Bullock, but only in the net. You cannot be Miss Congeniality in this game. Apologies, that's a different game. I don't even know what game that is. Probably a Sims add-on of some sort. Anyway, regardless, let me put a final score on this one. Because I feel like I have a hard time describing precisely what it is and what it feels like. I don't feel like the footage is going to give you a good enough idea. I think me just saying in a single sentence, this is a text-based hacking simulator with a deep and intriguing and rich story that was crafted with love and attention to detail. There you go. That's what you need to know about this game. Anyway, give me a second. I'll put a final score on it. Okay, so despite it being not your typical sort of game, despite the fact that it's all text-based, and how many superbly great text-based games have you played that have been made in the last 15 years or so? It's not that many. I feel like there's got to be more out there, but I just don't know about them. Anyway, so for all that this game is, difficult to describe, fun, interesting, but only if you are of a certain disposition, it is still really, really great. I really like it, and I highly recommend it. I'm giving it an 8 out of a possible 10 Sandra's Bullock. And that's what we're going to do. Anyway, if you like this game, feel free to pick it up. Steam sale will be happening before too long, and I'm sure that it will be down to its normal discounted rate. And it's a good pickup. And if you enjoy, old school computing, text-based adventures, and all that sort of business, you cannot go wrong with Hacknet. So, solid game, very fun, very interesting. Trust me, once you get out the tutorial, it gets very interesting very quickly. So, yeah, really great game. Highly recommend it. That's about all I have to say about it. Anyway, thanks for being here for this one, people. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.